Hi, I'm Susie Morrill, and I wanted to talk to you today about my newest exhibition of work from Cuba. I've traveled to Cuba several times over the last couple of years, and I fell in love with the place. It's a fantastic environment in which to photograph, and my passion is photographing black and white environmental portraits. Cuba is an amazing country. It's such an incredible mix of Spanish colonialism, Russian influence, the exit of all the Americans, American fruit, United Fruit rather, and the mob leaving, and the communist regime and how it's done over the last 50 years. Castro took over Havana in 1959, and at the time communism was supposed to be a fantastic option for the people. And I think that the communists had the greatest of intentions that that would be how it would work out. Unfortunately, the rest of the world didn't really support communism through the decades, and Russia left in the 80s, and now the Cubans really only have a very small group of supporters internationally, mostly Venezuela, that provides them with cheap oil. The net result is your average Cuban is living on $18 a month. They have ration cards for flour, eggs, sugar, salt, toothpaste, and everybody works for the state. And you are given a job and you are given a stipend. And if you're an attorney or a doctor, for instance, you'd get paid $30 a month. But your average worker is $18 a month. So you can tell that people are really yearning for change. They need more money to be able to support themselves and their families, and they're struggling in a lot of ways. The upside of the communist government is a decent free education for all children, no child labor, and free health care, although the health care does not seem to be very contemporary or advanced. They do have socialized medicine, which is great. The internet is forbidden. You could use it at a hotel or something, but your average citizen is not allowed to have the internet. Cuban TV has just very few channels, propaganda channel, a football channel, and a religious channel, and that's it. And the net result is that people are out in the streets, they're playing dominoes, they're spending quality time with their families, they're working their land, they're eating healthy, they're getting exercise because they have to work hard to keep their places going. And so they really are a healthy, happy people. And their families are foremost. They're very, very committed to their families. And in general, the people seem quite happy. The youth of Cuba would love to see more progress. And change is coming to Cuba, although slowly. They have instated some free market trade, and for instance, between my trip in 2012 and my trip in 2013, farmers were allowed to grow produce, take it to the city, and sell it for whatever they wished and keep the profits. And that was a big deal. Because before, why bother doing all the work if you're just going to have to hand all the money to the state? So Cubans are getting to eat more healthily because farmers are able to raise food. Before this time, about 80% of the country was just laying fallow because nobody wanted to bother to do all that work for virtually no pay. So my exhibition really explores the socioeconomic plight of your average Cuban, the decay of the urban facades in Havana, the average life of so many people. And I'm really interested in the compassion and the depth of commitment that the Cuban people have to their families and to their country. They are a wonderful, gracious people, and they're doing the very best they can at this time. It's expensive to travel to Cuba. Now President Obama has lifted some of the embargo regulations, and you can do an artist-to-artist swap, and it's not so hard to get a visa. But the hotels are all state-run and they're very expensive. So it's not that easy to get there. You used to have to fly through Mexico, now you can go through Miami. It'll be interesting to see how things change over the next decade. I hope that they do get more financial opportunity, but I really don't hope that they get a lot of technology. Things that Americans take for granted, for instance, internet access, Hollywood movies, TV, endless TV channels, because I think it will influence their overall cultural values significantly, and they've got a lot of really fantastic positives going for them at this time.